I'm from Canada. I grew up in the prairies in a little city called Regina. Not exactly what you heard, but close enough that it gets me in trouble from time to time. I moved to Sydney almost 4 years ago now, not knowing a soul, just looking for a new adventure. And well, Regina to Sydney was a bit of an upgrade, a lifestyle and entertainment upgrade. Wikipedia lists our top attractions as the Canadian Western Agriculture Show, as well as our beloved annual Santa Claus Parade, which is actually quite a spectacle. Home is an everybody knows everybody kind of city. So meeting new people wasn't something I thought much about. There was always a mechanism for introduction. Everyone was a friend of a friend, a neighbor, a cousin, or, hey, you play hockey with Sarah, right? Yeah, I'm Caitlin. And finding something to talk about was easy as well. Most people were like me. They had similar upbringing, education, political views. Now, moving to a new and much bigger city was a bit of a shock. My entire life, I'd operated with 2 degrees of separation working in my favor. My finely tuned friend-getting tactics weren't going to work here. It was 2 months after I moved to Sydney and many almost introductions later that I discovered my awkward meter. Now, what is your awkward meter? You're waiting for the lift at work at the same time as you do every day. And here she is, right on time, level 10 woman, who also rides the lift at the same time every day. You make half eye contact and you give each other a half grin, and then you turn back around to watch the numbers tick down to ground floor. At this point, your awkward meter is switched on high. You think, I should just say hello. I'm gonna do it. I'm about to do it. And then it's like the words are somehow lodged in the back of your throat. Your awkward meter is that little voice in the back of your head that says, don't do it. It's a bit awkward. She'll think you're weird. Now, this is a really unpleasant experience, and we go through it almost every day. But what that means is that every day is a new opportunity to make a decision that could change the course of your life. You have 2 choices when you're confronted with this scenario. 1, do nothing. Wait it out. Either they'll escape the situation or you will. Or 2, you take control of your awkward meter and you flip the switch to 0. Because it really is that simple. The control is entirely yours. That little voice in the back of your head is silenced, and you say, hi, I meant to do this months ago, but I figure now is as good a time as any. I'm Caitlin. Who are you? I can honestly say that taking control of my awkward meter has been one of the most important developments in my life. And here are 3 reasons I think you should give it a go too. 1, people are almost always as willing to talk to you as you are to them. Chances are, when you're experiencing that internal tension, you're not the only one. You're both going through that battle. And then it's all about the first word floodgate. You let that first word slip out, and the rest just comes flowing. Sometimes people are going to think you're hitting on them. And sometimes you will be. But I can promise you that the temporary ego bruising you'll take from a few strikeouts will be well overshadowed by the gains. 2, each and every one of us has priceless perspective to impart. Ideas, opinions, knowledge. I found that the more often that I met people that were less like me, very different political and religious views, goals, and dreams, or from countries I'd never even heard of, the more interesting my life became. Entertaining ideas that challenge yours or even oppose yours can change your life forever. So seeing the world through someone else's lens can change your life. And 3, we're a work in progress. We have this tendency to believe that by the time we reach our adult years, we're pretty well complete. But that's just not the case. We're changing all of the time. Our brains are changing all of the time, building new connections. Who's watched a video of themselves filmed a few years back and thought, I cannot believe that was me? We're in this constant state of change, and the rate at which we experience change is determined by the rate at which we take on new experiences. So the more often you meet interesting people, the more opportunity for new experiences, the more opportunity for change, and just who knows what you could become. I'm gonna leave you with this tonight. Turn off your awkward meter as often as you can. When you leave here, hop in the front seat of your Uber and introduce yourself to the driver. Do it. A couple more. Introduce yourself to someone that is just a little different than you. And go on up to level 10, lady. Say hello. It's not too late. Thank you.